Okay, here we are deriving the expression for varying length for circular cross-section rod. So we have considered the taper rod of diameter d at one end, capital D, and small d at the other end. It is acted with a load P, and length of the rod is L. So to derive the expression of, so we are considering the elemental length dx, which is at a distance x from one of the end, and diameter of this elemental length is dE. So by the principle of similar triangles, this diameter length is given by d plus of d minus d by L into x, right? So you can directly write it how it comes. You can take the note. So here we are going to consider half of the diagram with AO with axis ABC, and O is the axis. So from the diagram, AO is equal to d by 2, CO is equal to small d by 2, and AB will be equal to, AB is this length, AB will be equal to AO minus BO. So what is AB? What is AB? What is AO?
D minus D by
Yeah, it
2.
is d minus d by 2, d minus d by 2. So it will be d minus d by
D.
2. Take a LCM, it should be d minus d by 2, right? Alva. So that is my AB. So now I'll consider the element. What I have taken the element. So this element I have taken somewhere here. So half of this, very half ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Another half is at the bottom that I have not considered. Afterwards, we'll add it. ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ plus we'll add the same term, right? So this is the element I have considered. So this length, the total length ಏನಿದೆ? This is L, right? This is L, and this element is at a distance of x. Is at a distance of x, right? Alva. So here, so what I do is I will mark this as E and this point as F, E and F, right? Right. So now I will consider this length, only E and F. Let E and F be is equal to K, some small capital letter K. Just assume that E and F will be equal to K, right? So now by similar triangles, let us consider triangle ABC and triangle EFC. EFC, right? So we'll consider a similar triangle ABC and EFC, right? What is AB? I know. So if I consider AB in this triangle, it is AB by EF, similar. So if I taking the height, this AB vertical height, I will take the vertical height in the other triangle as EF is equal to length. So what is the length? BC. BC by CF or FC. So what is AB? AB is D minus D by 2. So what is EF? EF is K. K is the unknown. I don't know what is the length of this K, right? I don't know K. So that will be equal to what is BC? BC is the total length of the rod, L. What is FC? FC is X, right? So now cross multiply, you will get the value for K. What is K? K is equal to D minus D by 2L into X, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I got this K. So similar K will be there in another half. If I consider this, if I take a triangle, so this length is also is equal to K, right? Correct? So even this length is also is equal to, there is one of K at the top. So this is K is here and another K is at the bottom. So what is this remaining length? This length is what? Diameter D, small d. So what is total DE? What is the total DE? Total DE will be is equal to K plus small d plus K, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the total elemental diameter DE will be equal to K plus D plus K. So that will be equal to 2K plus DRD plus 2K. So what is that? It will be D. So if you add this 2 times of K, so 2 gets cancelled. D minus D by 2L into X. So you will be remaining with DE will be equal to what? The final expression D plus D minus D by L into X. So this is how you got this. This is how you got this by similar triangle rules, right? So you can directly write, just for your understanding, written. So in all the books, they are directly taken. Okay. Finished? So I'll wipe off this side. Is it finished, right? So this is only for your note, how it comes. You can directly write the elemental diameter DE is given by D plus D minus D by L into X. Okay, if written, I'll just wipe this. So I'll continue from here. Okay, next. So let the element length, let the elemental length be length LE. LE will be equal to dx. We'll consider LE and the length of the element is equal to dx. The element length what we have considered, let it be equal to dx. Next, you find the area. Area for this elemental length, area of element is equal to what? We'll consider it as AE. AE. You know, area general equation, you know that. Pi d square by 4. Pi de square by 4. So calculate area is AE is equal to, you know, the diameter DE is equal to D plus D, this term. Substitute. So that is equal to pi by 4 into D plus D minus D pi L into X whole square. So this is the area of the element what we have considered. General expression for area is pi d square by 4. So d is the diameter of the element. So next, the change in length of the element considered, change in length of element. So let it be delta LE. So you know the general expression. Delta L is given by P L by AE. So it is PLE by AE into E. So P is the force applied, LE is the length of the element, so that is equal to dx. AE is the area of the element, E is the modulus for the material. So substitute those terms. So delta LE will be equal to, just substitute. Delta LE is equal to P is the load acting. LE andre dx. So AE is the area. So E is constant. So I'll take it is E outside. Area is. So if you substitute, you will get area andre pi by 4. So 4 male agutte. It is 4p by pi E into D plus D minus D by L into x square. So I would rewrite this equation. So it will be delta L is equal to 4p by pi E into D plus D minus D by L into x to the power of minus 2 into dx to the power of minus 2 into dx, right? So now you need to, so that is the expression for change in length for the element what we have considered, So I want the expression for change in length for entire length of the rod from diameter d to small d to diameter capital D. To get this, I need to integrate the equation what we got for D for this elemental length from 0 to L, to get the equation for change in length for throughout the length of the rod, So we have that equation in one form. Okay, I'll just wipe off this. So to do further, you should know the expression for integral of 0 to L into a plus bx to the power of minus 2 into dx will be equal to minus 1 by b will be equal to minus 1 by b into 1 by a plus bx into 1 by a plus bx limits 0 to L. So that equation is in the form of this. So remember the integral of a plus bx to the power of minus 2 dx is equal to minus 1 by b into 1 by a plus bx, right? Integral of a plus bx to the power of minus 2 dx will be equal to minus 1 by b into 1 by a plus bx. So you should use this and directly you can write. So now, so after this, so you write to get the expression for change in length, for the entire length of the tapered rod, integrate the above equation, from 0 to L, integrate the above equation from 0 to L. So that is 0 to L integral of delta LE. So apply the integral for this. So that is 4p by pi E into integral of 0 to L d plus d minus d into x to the power of minus 2 dx. So this equation in the form of that. So directly use this. Remember this. So you know you have already done in mathematics. So just remember the equation. Or you can write this. And in terms of that, so what is B? B is nothing but D B is nothing but D. So what is Bx? Bx is, sorry, A is D, A is D, A is D. From this expression, A will be equal to D, then B will be equal to D minus D by L. So X is as it is, X. So these things are constant. 4P minus 4P by pi E is constant. So apply that. So by this equation, so this will be equal to minus, this is 4P is constant, 4P by pi E, 4P by pi E, that will be equal to minus 1 by, what is B? So B is this term. So if you just reverse that, 1 by B, and it will be equal to L by D minus D. So it will be minus into into 1 by A plus B. It is L by D into X. Limits is 0 to L. So just it is written in this form. The equation is written in that form. Okay, written. Right? It's clear, right? Up to there. So now you just apply the limits. Apply the limits. It is integrated. You just apply the limits. So I'll just rub here at the center. So now what is that step? So it is also constant. This is also constant. Just apply that. So that will be equal to minus 4P by pi E into L by D minus D. So you need to apply the limits for this. So this is into, I'll just write it at the bottom. So that will be equal to, so apply the limit first L. So 1 by D plus D minus D, L into L. So that is first limit. 1 by D plus D minus D by L into X. X is the limit you need to apply. So that will be equal to into L minus, apply the limit 0 next, into 0 minus 1 by minus 1 by D plus D minus D by L into 0 into 0. So since it is into 0, this term is 0, it will be remaining with 1 by D. So that equation will be equal to minus 4P by pi E D by D. So LL gets cancelled. So since it is 0, this term is completely 0. We are remaining with only D. So here, since it is D plus D minus D, so DD gets cancelled. So we will be remaining with 1 by D minus 1 by small d. 1 by D minus 1 by small d. Just take the LCM. Take the LCM. Take the LCM and rearrange. Take the LCM. So this will be equal to minus 4p by pi e into L by d minus d. So what is the LCM? That will be d minus, it will be small d minus capital D by d into d, right? Alva. So since it is minus sign is here, so you take minus outside from this equation, minus outside turned again agutte. So this will become capital D minus small d. So these two terms gets cancelled and this minus becomes plus. Minus becomes plus. Rearranging. So this can be written as 4p by pi e, it will be minus into L by d minus d. You take minus outside. So it will be into minus d minus d by d into d. So this d and this d gets cancelled. So you will be remaining with the final expression for change in length. So that is equal to delta L. Delta L is equal to what? So this minus into minus becomes plus, minus into minus. Minus into minus is plus. So it is plus 4p by pi e 4pl. L is remaining 4pl into pi e into capital D into small d. So this is the expression for change in length of tapered rod of diameter d to capital D to small d. So you need to remember this equation. ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ತರ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕೆಚ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ರಾಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಟೇಪರ್ಡ್ ರಾಡ್ ಆ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. This is the final expression for change in length of tapered rod. Remember that equation, note down the equation. If you are writing, as I told you, need to write the equation, otherwise you will forget. Right? So it is 4pl by pi e capital D into small d. So next you need to do the for rectangular cross section. If it is rectangular cross section, the same diagram that has assignment, uniformly varying rectangular cross section rod. So diagram remains same. You find out this let it be DE and so this you need to do it. You can refer any book. So it is same steps, you need to change it. So only thing is it is having a width A at one end, width B at another end, and thickness T. T is the thickness of the rectangle, thickness of the rectangular beam. So you need to derive the expression for uniformly varying rectangular cross section rod of width A at one end and width B at another end, width A at one end, width B at another end, with thickness T, small t. So same thing, you need to use the principle of similar triangle. So what is this width of the elemental length dx considered? Find out width dx. So you'll get something like b plus a minus b into x by L as width, right? And finally, you will get an expression for change in length. Change in length, that is delta L. Delta L is equal to PL by T. T is the thickness into Young's modulus into A minus B into A minus B into log base E, log base E, A by B as an expression for change in length for rectangular cross section rod. So this you do it as a assignment. Also, you need to remember this equation for rectangular cross section rod. For rectangular cross section rod. ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ either of the one you will get in the exam derivation. It is important. Derive the expression for change in length for circular cross section rod or rectangular cross section rod. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ just simple integral ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ integral of ಈ ತರ term ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, in rectangular cross section rod you will get integral of 1 by x. Integral of 1 by x. Right? That is log x ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Integral of 1 by x is nothing but log x. So we will solve the problem. In the problem, it is simple. It is just as that only the change in length for that respective cross section rod, you need to use that respective equation. For circular rod, varying cross section, it is 4PL by pi e d into d. For rectangular rod, varying cross section, it is PL by t into e, a minus b into log a by b. A is the larger end width, b is the smaller end width, t is the thickness. Okay. So this you add it as assignment for rectangular cross section bar derivation. That has to be done by you. Okay. So we finished. So we'll go for problem. We'll do one problem on each cross section. You can refer the book as I already uploaded. Look at the book for this assignment part of varying cross section of rectangular bar and try to get this equation, derive this equation. So this will be the sketch for rectangular cross section. Same thickness baratte. Thickness will be added since it is a rectangle, just like this duster. Right? It is having a thickness and width at both the ends. Width at one end and width at the other end. So one end only larger width is A, smaller width is B. So that is given in the diagram. Okay, I'll just rub this problem. Finished, right? Okay, now on this ninth problem, it is on circular cross section, tapered rod. If it is direct values are given, just use the equation what it is there, find out the change in length. So attendance will be downloading attendance at any point in time. There will be no poly. Direct download, I'll take it from the list at some time. So somebody can read out the problem, what it is given. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಕ್ಷತಕ್ಕೆ
Yes, sir.
please tell me what data it is given. 9th problem.
Sir, capital D.
Yeah. First read out the problem, whether it is what section you just take it first. So I'll just do it here itself. So same thing. So it is a tapered cross section rod. What it is given, capital D is given, small d is given. ಮತ್ತೆ length ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಾ? So length is given, modulus also given, E. So what is capital D?
40 mm.
40 mm. Small d, smaller diameter,
20 mm.
20 mm. What is the length of the rod? L?
400 mm.
400 mm. So what is the modulus E? Capital E?
2.1 into 10 power 5.
Yeah, 2.1 into 10 power 5 megapascal or Newton per mm square, all same unit. But so we have load also given, load acting on the rod. What is the load?
5,000. Yes.
The P is 5,000 Newton. 5,000 5,000 ಎಷ್ಟು?
5,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 5,000. 4 PL by pi E D into D. So we know all the terms. ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So there are all the values. So directly write. You should write in words. Change in length for the tapered rod of circular cross section. It is given by. ಅತರ ಬರೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರಿಬೇಕು equation. Change in length for the tapered cross section circular rod. It is given by delta L is equal to. For any problem, you should write the sentence. It is given by 4PL by pi E D into D. So direct substitution, find out. What is delta L? ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? So delta L is how much? So before substituting, confirm that all the units are in same. All the units are in single units. So this is the 9th problem what you are doing. So what is delta L?
0.01515 mm.
0.15.
0.0151. 0151 mm. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ವಾಟ್ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ತರ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟರ್ ರಾಡ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈ ತರ ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಾಡ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ತರ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಈ ತರ ವೇರಿಂಗ್ ರಾಡ್. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಈ ತರ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಈ ರಾಡ್ಗೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ PL by AE, ಇದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವೇರಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಲ್ ಬೈ ಇದು ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್, ಇದು ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗುಲರ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದಿಸ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ, so you need to remember the equation, right? So you take problem, it is on rectangular cross section bar, rectangular cross section bar. Okay, last 10th one. You derivation, you need to do it. Rectangular cross section bar. You need to refer the book. So or it is exactly same step. So follow that. The final expression has to be that. Note on this 10th problem. Okay, finished, taken.
Yes, sir.
So it is reverse of this, but it is a rectangular cross section bar. The bar cross section is rectangular. So what is given? Just read the problem. Someone. Just read the problem. The extension line, rectangular steel bar of length 400 mm, right? Length 400 mm. So L is 400 mm. Then thickness 10 mm. So we'll take thickness of the rod as 10 mm T. Then is found to be
Delta L 0.21 mm.
Found to be 0.21. Extension andre direct change in length ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Delta L is equal to 0.21 mm. It is given. ಅವನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. Next ಓದಿ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ. The bar tapers uniformly in width from 100 mm to 50 mm. So, namdu longer end width is A. A is 100 mm. Smaller end width is B from the equation. B is to 50 mm. Right? If E modulus is given 2 anta kodidane, 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square andre megapascal 1. Determine the axial load. You need to find the P, capital P. So the equation for rectangular cross section rod is PL by T into E into A minus B into log base E of A by B. Log base E andre nim calculator alli ln use ಮಾಡಿ ln ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. So that will get you the log base E. Log base E or ln ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ. ln, right? In your calculator, use ln, you get log base E. So direct expression, same equation only P is the unknown. You need to find out P. P is barutte nodi. What is P? You find out. Just remember the equations. The equations are important. As I told you, you need to write all the equations. As we get the newer equations, just go on noting the equation with its heading. Right? It will be easier for you at the end. So what is P? You find out. What is the load acting? You need to find. So ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ equational values. The only unknown is P. Confirm all the units are same before substituting.
$75.7 kilonewton.
P is direct substitution. It is 75 point. Yes, right. 75.7 is to 75.
75 kilonewton.
Yeah, kilonewton. That's it. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಒಂದೇ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಲಾಂಗೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ರೈಟ್, ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So probably you'll get that type of questions in the exams or test. Okay. So now I'll just download the attendance. So overall there we'll see. So we have 19 members now. So I'll just download. Okay. So tomorrow you don't have the class because supplementary exam duty irutte aita. Nale classes iralla. So we'll make up the last classes in some extra classes aita. Nale ideyalla ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ನಾಳೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ? ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So if it is there, ನಾಳೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. 9:30 ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So let's see. Okay. So finished, right? So just close the session.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.